I'm resetting my tank for shrimp. Check it out. Now here's a 20-gallon long that I had for quite a while. It used to have shrimp in it, and then I switched it over to a killifish tank for grow out, and it seemed kind of big for the killifish. So what I did was I took this tank and basically washed out all of the substrate that was in it, cleaned off all of the decor, the spider wood that I had in it, took everything out basically and gave it a good once over. Cleaned the glass off, did everything possible that I could think of to make it prepared for a reset. In doing so, it gave me an idea to share with you kind of the way I go about setting up a tank. Now for this particular tank, it is for Caridina, so the substrate is an active substrate. You could use a regular gravel or sand or whatever if you're doing neocaridinas, but the main thing I wanted you to see was that I try to keep a very simple approach to the way I set up a Caridina tank or a shrimp tank. As you can see, I added a little bit of a rock pile with Malaysian driftwood pieces that I had. I had some very small pieces. And then I also am using some spider wood. This all came from the tank already. It was in the tank previously. And like I said, I just cleaned it off and you put it back in. Part of my reasoning and logic behind that was because I wanted to maintain as much of the beneficial bacteria that I could from the previous setup. So as you can see, I kind of move stuff around. I'm not real specific about placing plants and stuff like that because I'm going to try to use more mosses and stuff that I believe is very beneficial to the shrimp. So Wassertang, Java mosses, hooker moss. So I put it here. I put one little, I started off with one little, I guess, frond of the hooker moss and put it right there on the side. Then I have this mystery moss. I'm not sure, so hopefully somebody can comment below and let me know what they think this type of moss is. I had received it with some shrimp that somebody had given me, and it was just one tiny frond that has grown into that big frond, that big giant ball. I also have some Wassertang, which I took from another tank and made sure it was nice and clean and it looked very lively, and I put that in place also. So as you can see, it's a very simple setup. I have a little bit of a rock pile, some driftwood piles, some spider wood, and then of course the mosses. And that's really all there is to it. Now I am using dual sponge filters, one on each side because it is a 20 long. Nothing fancy. It's pretty shrimpscape. And basically I just wanted to share that with you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hopefully we'll see you on the Keeping It Shrimple streams. And don't forget, I love shrimp.